ELC Even 90. What a tiny, cute little tank. And I think it's a tank that gets kind of a bad rap. That amongst the plethora of Tier 8 premium tanks out there, you very rarely see praising comments of this one. And it really comes down to, in the hands of the average World of Tanks player, it just is not a great dealer of damage, and it's nowhere near anything that I would call OP. But it is very unique, and I think for anyone who really likes light tanks and playing all the different types of roles that a light tank can play, I think this one is a very rewarding and fun tank for those light tank aficionados. And starting out this game, I go up to the bush here by the castle. It's a great spot to get early spots. A little overuse of the word spot there. But I'm waiting for my chance to be able to move up and maybe get some even better vision. And so now I'm banking on the fact that that T-44, since he just peaked and got lit, he's not going to come back for a few seconds. So I'm going to jump up here to this bush and see if I can get a better view. Now you'll notice I've got mine spec'd out with the binocs. I'm also running the coated optics because I want this thing to be as good of a spotting machine as I can. I'm not worried so much about the combat effectiveness of it. And now this has paid off because now we got this Emil 2. I'm afraid that the allies are not going to get enough damage in on him. So I go ahead, I fire my 3 rounds, and I managed to not get... I take it back. No, I did get lit. And that's why I'm moving now and avoiding being shot. And I think that guy right there is who lit me. I was a little perplexed at first of why I got lit. Oh, I take that back. Maybe I wasn't lit. Ha, jeez, should pay more attention to my own videos. So now I'll shift gears here a little bit. Let's talk briefly about the history. What was the Even 90? Was it even a real tank? And yes, it was a real tank. You basically had competing designs. You had the ELC AMX series, which would start out at the ELC Biz, and we're familiar with that at Tier 5. And they were doing development work on that particular chassis, and I think Hotchkiss was involved, and it was, as you can clearly see, a very different design of tank. Competing with it was the ELC Even series. First you had the Even 30, which had twin 30mm guns on it. That would be an interesting tank to have in the game. Then you had the Even 90, which also had a turret, but it had a single 90mm gun on it. And the one that I think they've got to figure out a way to get in the game, because this is probably the most badass looking Even tank that I can imagine. Check out this. It's the Even 120. Yes, those are 4 120mm guns. Now, you couldn't load them without either getting out of the tank or spinning the turret around so the driver could shove new shells in it. But wouldn't it be cool to have a 4-shot 120mm gun in the game? I just don't know how you do a premium tank of that, because you'd have to nerf the fire rate terribly to make that function at tier 8 as a premium. But you know what? Wargaming, knock yourself out, because this would be a cool tank to have in the game. There was a concept developed to put a 5-shot 120mm auto loader on one of these, which would have been really cool, but that never actually came to pass. There weren't even prototypes made of it. So now jumping back into the action, I finally see a chance here to go in and take out this T-44, and there we go. He's out. Really lucky absorption there by the tracks. It's about the only thing that saves this thing. It's certainly not the armor. Basically, it's its size. Mother Goose and I had concepted an idea that the game should actually not just tell you how much you've blocked, how much damage you've taken, but also track how much damage could you have had happen of like shells that passed within maybe 5 meters of your tank or something like that? Because we think that statistic would be incredibly high for this tank. It's not its armor or anything. It's just the fact it's small and shells have a hard time finding their way into it. At this point, I'm guessing that this field is pretty much open. But that 704, I have to figure he is still back here because I don't think he would have been able to sneak out. So let's go find out. And what you're going to see here is a combination of some good moves I make and some kind of noob moves I make. Yes, there he is. The noob move is that I only auto-aim. I probably should have tried to feather in a tracking shot. But if you want that kind of action, go watch Quickie Baby or Sircon or somebody like that. But what I do hear that it was awesome was, did you see the way the gun barrel dipped below? When a tank is underwater, it cannot shoot. And I was waiting for the moment when he would dip under the water and I'd be able to sneak in front of him. And it paid off. I was able to do it, had a little bit of help, and got him out of the game. Now we'll head back into the village here and see if we can maybe scare up this Bat Chat. I'm doing good on hit points. I'm hoping my maneuverability will allow me to rue the day for him. One thing you have to watch out with this thing is when you run into objects, it basically stops because it's so light. Here we go. I don't know where that first shot went. It was almost like I was firing HE and it disappeared in the wall. But we at least landed, what, 2 shots there, and now I just need to hide out. Now, I know there are tanks that can shoot me, so I'm going to try and keep moving a little bit here. I'm really not worried about the Bat Chat, especially not now that I have some heavy tank help, because I know there are still TDs over there. Do note that now. You will see me make a mistake here in a little bit where I forget exactly how many TDs. So unfortunately, we take a hit from the T-28 prototype, and yeah, his gun reloads pretty quickly. I'm going to take another hit from him, and now I'm very much a one-shot. But that was a bad move there, School Bus. Was able to, with my 3 shells, get 2 of them to connect and kill him. Now we'll hang out here just a little bit, try and go somewhere near dark, and then begin to move up. Now notice there are still 3 tanks left on the enemy team. Now 2. I don't realize this at this point, or at least I don't recognize the potential locations of these 2 tanks. I'm expecting to flank the Yog Tiger. There he is. I swing around and I start spotting him. But did you see right there? I spot the grill and then he kills me. I didn't notice that he was there until I was dead. So a bit of an unfortunate result there. If I had managed to live through this, I might have actually been able to set near an all-time record of the amount of damage done in the ELC Even 90. As is, I got my ace tanker. I guess I'm pretty happy. Fortunately, I'm not grinding through this tank. I mean, it's obvious it's a premium tank, so I will be continuing to play it. Maybe I can manage to find myself in this situation again and not make a stupid mistake at the end. It certainly has plenty of shells, considering how fast it spits them out. So, yeah, going over 4,000 damage would certainly be possible. But now we'll speed this up here and see the conclusion of this battle. This guy here, no offense to him, but he isn't a very good shot. That's about all I can say. He also had me a little bit nervous that he was going to get hit, and that was going to push the timer awfully close if our team did not manage to kill all. But that was not an issue, and it was a victory. So, taking a look at the post-battle stats, nothing really notable here in my book. It was a good ace tanker, but we didn't have any of the major awards for it. Came out pretty well here on experience. I think actually I was in second place behind the 4004. He beat me on both damage and on experience, so kudos to that guy. He was probably the real star here. Not too great on the accuracy side of it when you look at the number of shots I fired versus penetrations, but hey, I made $42,000 profit on a non-premium account. I do run the premium fuel in this thing because its acceleration is abysmal. So with that, we conclude today. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. The more you guys share these videos and get the word out there, the more views I get. And that makes me happy and it motivates me to do more videos. Could be shallow, but so be it. Have a great day.